resolution, then to audio settings with the bar with the beeping underneath it.
Oh, it's the middle. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Hello.
What does this do? Oh, fuck that. Okay. Are you sure it's this one? It is? Yeah. And then you click USB?
Yep.
Right? Okay. I just want to see if it is working. Okay. All right. I guess this is my episode. Well, fuck. Let's see. I guess we're live. Let me just double check that. All right, we're live. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Welcome to BatYard's Finest, bringing you the finest of Batman and Superman and more in pop culture from Metropolis. I am Josh from BatYard Productions. Here I'm with my finest co-host. We'll go in order. So you in the middle. Say something.
Hey guys, I'm Matt from Gotham. What's up?
Hello, everyone. I'm Jerry, still your resident Green Lantern from the planet Oa.
So Jerry is definitely looking the most dapper out of all of us. So we had this idea. Well, actually, Jerry and Matt had this idea, and of course I totally participated in this ugly Christmas sweater. I guess it's what are we trying to do? what is it?
Who has the ugliest sweater?
Yeah, so we're having a competition, and hold on, let me put mine on. Okay, I have my sweater on now.
I had to stay like that the whole show.
Merry Christmas. So this is mine. Oh no, I almost knocked my camera off.
How old is that hat?
This hat is very old.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
For some reason I have two of these hats. I definitely don't. Look, I'm wearing fucking pants. These are
you are wearing the ugliest thing here, and you win. Good job.
Well, no, we're gonna have our fans vote. We're gonna have our fans vote at the end of this podcast. We'll put a poll on InstaFace.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I guess I'll at least wear the hat the whole time. I don't know about this fucking
I can't do this anymore.
Christmas pants. I literally just found this in the dumpster. No, that's not true. I just found it on the ground. I just found it in my room. I was like, oh shit, I don't have anything. I fucked this up. But this is the best I could do. The one I wanted wasn't available. So I was kind of mad. So you guys have any BS? This is a segment of the show where we discuss bullshit Batman, Superman, or whatever we want to talk about, basically. Before we get into the main events, which is the Snowman, which is short 1982, and Jack Frost 1998. So you guys have anything you want to discuss?
Oh god. So if anyone hasn't noticed that Spider-Man literally just dropped last weekend on Thursday. Me and Jerry both saw it. Josh is the odd man out. And we're going to do a quick...
Spoiler-free.
Spoiler-free review quick. It's a good fucking movie. Watch it. That's all I can do without spoiling.
Oh. All right, what about Jerry?
They finally broke the curse of only doing of Andrew Garfield. They gave us a third Tom Holland movie, They took a lot of creative liberties. Some I liked, some I didn't. But very good movie overall. Must watch. 9 out of 10.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I'm gonna see tomorrow. I was gonna see it yesterday. See
No,
it
man, this
tomorrow.
movie wants you to want to watch it again in theaters. Like, they just like turn around and just fucking watch it, basically.
Oh, Josh. Well, and also for people who are watching this that haven't watched it yet, there are 2 credit scenes that you
Yes, there
definitely
are.
have to stay for.
Okay. I missed the second Ghostbusters after credit scene, so that's good to know.
Oh, so did we. We forgot, like, didn't get it until like we looked it up on YouTube. Was it
Mhm.
Trinio was telling us about the second ending? So we're like, all right, we have to go find this thing.
I found it in really poor quality. I'm talking about this Ghostbusters one.
Yeah, that's what we did. We watched it in poor quality
It
too.
looked terrible. Whoever was filming it did an ass of a job.
Funny thing, Nicholas saw it on Reddit on premiere night.
So
How?
what? Spider-Man?
Some guy snuck in after. Well, it was, I think it'll be Friday night. So the guy was on premiere night, and he snuck into theaters. He filmed Spider-Man, and he dropped it on a site that linked it to Reddit. And Nick found it and watched the shit out of it.
Only Nicholas.
Yeah,
But it was probably terrible quality. I wouldn't even bother.
he said.
I would.
He said no. He said it was a decent quality bootleg for what he had to do. So he still had decent picture, but I don't know how far away this guy was to the movie or how he got to film it.
All right. Well, we don't condone that here at the BatYard's
No.
Productions, unless the movie is
We
pretty
don't.
fucking shitty. Unless it's a movie like The Rise of Skywalker or something, you could do that with that. But not with this movie. So don't listen to Matt and don't listen to his brother. Don't.
I
think
didn't say go watch the movie as a bootleg, Mister.
watch
I
the
just said
bootleg.
Nick
Don't
watched
do
it.
Watch
Stop
the movie
putting
and
that
pay
idea
for
in
it.
people's heads.
Or
Yeah.
we'll beat your ass. Holiday
Yeah,
style.
Jerry's gonna come down your chimney and kick your ass because he's Santa
And steal your
Claus.
fucking Christmas tree.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Besides Spider-Man, I don't really have any BSBS. I don't really have anything that comes to mind.
Next week is Boba Fett. Next week is Boba Fett.
Oh, that's
I do
that's
have
the-
one small thing, but it's also Spider-Man related, which is weird.
All right, go ahead.
I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I guess this is a second or a different trailer that they put out for Morbius that's coming out next
Oh,
month.
it's so awesome. That trailer, I think they premiered it in the theaters.
Mm-hmm. Well, I saw it on. It's a trailer YouTube channel that I subscribe to that puts like every single trailer that's like people can get their hands on.
Okay.
When I saw Jared Leto was, starring the movie, I was very concerned because of, Jared Leto. We don't have to talk about the movie. But the second trailer, I'm definitely more. I think this one is going to be another good one. As far as Jared Leto's acting is concerned, at least. I don't know what they're going to do with the plot of the movie, how it's going to go. Well, I have an idea of how it's going to go because when Josh watches it, we'll have a civil discussion. Probably not. That somebody's going to get a chair thrown at him.
Is it
But if you haven't watched the trailer yet, definitely go watch it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Looks really, really promising.
I don't really care about Morbius. I don't know. I mean,
It's like he's a Spider-Man villain, but it's like, out of all of them, you pick Morbius?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I guess they already did Venom, so You know, I would have been down with like a Kraven the Hunter
That's what I said.
solo
Kraven
movie.
the Hunter would have
Yeah,
been fucking amazing.
that would have been cool because like he's well known enough, but he still has like wiggle room to like hunt down different characters like throughout the Marvel universe or Spider-Man universe. So like there could have been a build up to him like hunting down different like I don't know, even like animals or something. Just you could do whatever with kind of Kraven. You could have him as an African safari hunter film, or then like the most dangerous game movie starring Kraven the Hunter. That'd be cool. I'd watch that.
I would like a Hobgoblin movie. I think that would be good.
That'd be cool too. I'd be down with that. So I know what the comics, the Hobgoblin just like stole Green Goblin's gear. Is that correct? And like in the movies, he's Harry Osborn's. He's Harry Osborn.
I know he's Harry Osborn, who is Norman's son.
Yeah.
I know there's that rendition.
He found his dad's. I think it's like he found his dad's research and went crazy just like his dad did, and reinvented himself. I don't know. I'm gonna just say it. I don't give a shit about Spider-Man. He's
really.
I think he's cool, but he's not my like top 5 favorite Marvel heroes. He's top 10, just not my top 5.
He's definitely like my first favorite Marvel. And then I don't even know who really comes close to second. To be honest. Matt, who's your favorite?
Mine is Iron Man.
Iron Man's cool.
I'm trying to remember, think. I really wasn't I wasn't gun ho with all like kind of like the villains, kind of like in the Marvel universe and the like heroes somewhat. It's weird. Like ever since they did like the movie stuff, I've been going towards like Iron Man and all that stuff. But
he's so good.
Yeah, he's great. Rob Downey Jr. just made him amazing.
Yeah. I feel like before the movies, no one gave a shit about Iron Man, and now everyone loves him.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I like Iron Man. I he's definitely not my favorite. He's kind of too arrogant for me to like him. I like him, but to be one of my favorites. I think my favorite Avengers
a douche.
Yeah, I think exactly. I think my favorite Avenger is Captain America, but he's like I don't know.
The Boy Scout. You got 2 Boy Scouts under your wing here, Josh.
Exactly. They have the same kind of motifs and ideologies. I think that's why I like those, Captain America. But I don't know. He's definitely not even like. I wouldn't even say he's like my top 5 favorite heroes. I don't know.
I can give you that one.
Yeah. I feel like Spider-Man's up here for me, and then like it's like all DC characters, and then more Marvel characters are like under all that. So
what's it called? This guy made a freaking video back in middle school. Wrong way.
No, it's the right way because it's carrying over.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy made a video back in middle school or early high school. I'm trying to remember, of him dressed up as Spider-Man just running around.
Yeah, that was 7th grade. I mean, I could share that, I guess. The only part that's worth watching is like the beginning. Just turn it off. I'll just share that part. If anyone's curious, but yeah, I jump off my roof, dress up as Spider-Man onto a trampoline. So that's really all you need to know.
For me, it's like I like Spider-Man as a hero, but sometimes I get tired of his whole, with great power comes great responsibility. Sometimes you got to just kill somebody. Some lives are worth taking.
I don't know. I get it. I like the
I
whole
understand.
great power comes great responsibility. It's like his whole. It's what grounds him the whole time. That's without that, then he would have no reason to be Spider-Man. You know.
He
That's
would
like the
be a
funny
mass
thing is with
murderer.
Yeah, he wouldn't have a moral compass. You know. Which
That's
the
the
Sam
funny thing
Raimi
with-
movies are the only movies that like actually dove into that because they did it so well in the first movie that they're like, you know, once they had Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland, they're like, well, we can't really redo that because, you know, they already did it like perfect
Well,
to a
Tobey
T.
Maguire.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of did it Andrew Garfield, but they did it much worse and it sucked. Like it was like
I don't like him
Lancelot.
as a Spider-Man.
I don't either.
No,
He's too
me
cool.
neither.
He's too cool of a Spider-Man. I don't. He's like skateboarding around. He's too.
He's
you
a
gotta
hipster Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's
Bro,
Spider-Man has to be a loser. I want Spider-Man to be the biggest dweeb for me to like him. He can't be cool. That's not what Spider-Man is. That's why I like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man because he's so lame. Like,
He's such a
we had
nerd.
this, the funny thing where we were having this discussion at work because we had a group of people that actually at work saw it, and we're all talking about all the Spider-Mans. I'm like, one of my coworkers said, "You can't really like Toby because like he's just an old man, old person that's inside of a high school." I'm like, I just looked at him like that's he's like I'm like he was at the age no he said he was just an older Spider-Man. I'm like at that time I'm like dude he started off in high school and all that crap then branched out in the third movie to on like actually out of his on his own doing his own thing where you got Andrew Garfield
second
in high
movie-
school.
well, even in the first movie, he's out of high school. He's out of high school like
True.
before he even becomes Spider-Man. He's out of high school.
And then
Oh yeah.
no I thought you,
Yeah, they throw up, they graduate, they throw their hats up. I literally just watched the movie last night. I watched the first
Yes.
Spider-Man last night. So they throw their hats, graduation hats, and then he becomes Spider-Man.
and then you got Tom Holland that's in high school. And then the guy was it my coworker Seth was just like, yeah, but he's proper. Tom Holland is like what high school age, and I just looked at him like, dude,
No.
he's like older than you, and he's about young. He's a little younger than me.
He's
He looks
25.
like he looks.
What? Yeah,
He looks like he looks a lot younger. To be fair, he does look like
yes.
he's like 18.
Tom
how he's
Holland
built.
looks like he gets bullied for his milk money and shoved in lockers.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably not too far off, right? I mean, not anymore. He's Spider-Man now. He's Spider-Man.
Oh god.
Yeah. So I don't know. We could talk about Spider-Man all day, but I feel like
True.
we should move on. Do you guys have any other? Oh, go ahead, Matt.
Okay, so I'm gonna put more perspective to my Boba Fett's coming. All right, December 29th, Book of Boba is finally dropping on Disney Plus. You have to go watch it. I thought it was the 17th, so I kind of tried to get ready, but I kind of fucked up. But I ended up finding on there they talk about the story of Boba Fett. It's about a 25 to 30 minute long video of them discussing like how he came to be, and it's kind of neat watching it and seeing like what he was supposed to be and not what he is, what he became. And then another thing is how
That
you
comes out
guys
next week.
liking comes
Yeah,
out next week?
Okay.
I think next Wednesday.
Yes. The 29th is Wednesday. Is the 31st is on the Friday. I want to say, how did you guys see the new trailer for Uncharted the movie?
I don't want
No.
to talk about that one right now. I've seen it, but I don't want to talk about it.
I'm in the same boat.
I don't think
Eyes
I
on
care.
the
I
ass.
don't care enough. I don't care. It looks like not like it's gonna be good. Maybe I'll watch it if it goes on Netflix or something, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to watch it. Kind of movie.
I'll
make
watch
it-
it
I'll
like
make you-
half off at the movie theaters. That's the most
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay. I'm
Yeah, I'm a little
I'm not
scared
even
of this
interested
one.
in it. There's so many more movies I'd rather see than that. I'd rather play the fucking game. Like, fuck that movie. Like, I don't care.
Yeah. They gave all of them out for free. You can basically play what they're gonna give us in a movie.
Yeah.
They did fucking give us all of them for free. I haven't got the what's it called, the add-on, the one that game that spun off.
Lost Legacy.
Yeah, that they're remastering.
That was cool. I played it. It was cool.
All right.
Well, here's some video game news that no one will care about besides me. There was this game that came out on Xbox 360 called Alan Wake, where you play as a writer who basically delves into his own
everyone's buzzing about
writings.
This.
Do people actually care? Because I remember playing this in high school, and I was the only one who actually actually liked that in my friend group. I love that game. I loved it so much that I wish it was a movie instead of a video game because I thought the story was that good.
It was such a good story. That would be a great film series.
I did not play it.
I almost wish it was just a movie instead of a video game. I was like, this is just good. It's like a psychological horror. It is a slow burn in the beginning, but
when it picks up,
the storytelling's excellent. And that was that was one of my favorite games on that Xbox. But they're making a second one, which was just announced last week, and I thought no one else cared.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But for both systems.
Yeah, it was weird in the beginning with this game because they're remastering it, but they were saying, oh, they're only going to stick to Xbox. Then out of nowhere, they're like, oh no, we're actually now going to branch out to both PlayStation and Xbox.
No, it's not a remaster. It's a new game. There's a sequel.
No, they're remaking the first one.
Oh, I thought it was a second one. I thought it was a sequel, Alan Wake 2.
No, they're remaking the first one, so they bring it out on Xbox and PlayStation, I think Steam. And Jerry's hiding behind his fuzzy balls. And then they were talking about, like you're saying, they're gonna put out a second one after they drop I think a year. I think it's gonna be 2023.
It says 2023 they're releasing a second game.
Yeah, but there's a remake that's supposed to come out in 2022.
Oh well, who cares about that? I'm talking about the new game. I guess you could play the old game now.
Because right now our friend Jimmy's going crazy about the Alan Wake.
Well, you should play it. I would definitely replay it. I would replay it. I would get the updated version. Matt, you should play it. You should play the first one if you get a chance. It's I said, it's slow.
It's really good.
In the beginning. It's slow in the beginning, but the storytelling's excellent. It's super good. I don't know. I don't know if you agree with me, Jerry, but I almost wish it was just a movie. That's when I got about one of my favorite
halfway
movies.
through the game, I was thinking the same thing. The psychological aspect of it was enough to draw me in.
Oh yeah, 100%. That it was it's really good. I don't really want to say too much without spoiling it for you, Matt. But it's been a while since I played it, but I beat it a few times. That's how much I liked it. I don't really replay video games unless I really like them. So it's been a long time. But you should play the remastered if it comes out. Yeah. So that's all I have for BSBS, unless you guys have one little tidbit or anything you want to say before.
I have two things.
Nope.
I picked up the second issue of DC versus Vampires. And when the series is complete, I'm definitely going to recommend it because I like where the second issue is. It's 12 in total, so I don't know how the other 10 are going to look if they might fuck it up somewhere, but I like it so far. Okay. And second, Matt, you want to tell everyone about the new comic that you procured its way towards you?
Yes. Okay, so Jerry sent me a box from Tennessee full of Christmas goodies. And he gave me, the 2 comics, well, 3 comics actually, but the one that I've read already right now I'm going to mention is the Transformers King Grimlock, I believe it's called. And it's pretty bad. It's pretty cool. It's pretty dope. I don't want to spoil like how it's going, but I kind of want to keep going myself. And I kind of like I need to figure out how many issues have been dropped already. Because I remember Jerry was talking about this in the middle of summer.
Mm-hmm.
I'll assume if it goes monthly, it's probably up to at least 5 issues by now. So I can't wait. It takes place in a different. I don't know. The world has an inner core universe. It feels like so. Don't forget to mention how it was sent.
We'll save that for later.
What?
Oh god. Booty Dandy. How'd you know, Big Booty Dandy? We don't know each other.
But that's all I
it's
had.
awesome. No, that comic, like I said, the comic book is freaking dope. It has really good artwork. It basically takes you back to the older, like 70s, 80s era Transformers look, and just brings it to a newer age. And I'm kind of happy with it. It's pretty dope. But like I need to see the next what's it called? The next issue. They have they have in the back. They show you the next comic issue and like cover and additional, I think, up and coming issues or kind of like whatever issue they kind of like the cover that they're like alternative like covers they're trying to go with. But I was gonna say another thing I wanted to drop was, and we're talking about video games. If you are a Destiny fan, me and Jerry used to be Destiny fans. We have dropped off for too many years now. We just got the newest update of Destiny, and they collided Destiny with Destiny 2 with Destiny 1. So now they're bringing you every single strike that was good back in Destiny 1 to Destiny 2 with you, and they're going to start sneaking in here and there raids. Right now, they're doing the 30th anniversary of Bungie, so have fun going around running and having doing the events they're doing. Plus, if you want additional increase your bounties from that game, you have to pay $30 to increase your bounties. If you're going crazy with Destiny, it's kind of worth it. If you're not, don't do it. But in February 26th, February 22nd, we get the new add-on. Was it
the Witch Queen or some crap
Witch
like
Queen,
that?
Yes, the Witch Queen is coming out, and that's going to actually supposedly fold into whatever the hell is going on in Destiny and whatever therefore. Yeah, I had to plug it.
Bungie, you guys are sponsors.
Yeah,
Why
are we
not?
getting paid for this, man?
No, but I just want to mention it because you mentioned Alan Wake.
Yeah, but that's something cool. Fuck Destiny.
Hey,
No, I never played it.
Destiny's still cool with everybody.
I don't know. I don't want to.
Jerry, you having
plug
fun?
it. I don't want to plug how much you pay for fucking New Game Plus or whatever the fuck it is.
Well, okay. You just need to pay for New Game Plus and run around like an idiot. That's all you do. But yeah, Destiny, you don't have. Destiny's weird. You can pay the win, or you just stand up, just do your own thing, and just rock it out like how me and Jerry do.
I see.
That's all the BS I have.
Same.
Oh wait, Jerry, I wanted to ask you, how's your pep button?
That's right, my Kellogg's Pep pin. I've finished my whole box of Kellogg's Pep just to find this pin.
If
I gotta get a special case for it to put it in my collectible closet. It's definitely gonna be the centerpiece.
Let's look at it. I have mine on my hat, so mine's not like really anywhere safe, but it's on a hat where I don't do any really too much physical activity with. You know, it's my going out hat.
At least it's not on your backpack, your water bag.
No, I would not. I would not put it on there. No.
Good God, I would send this man so many loot crate pins, and he would freaking put them on his water bag, and then 2 seconds later, it's like, I lost one. I lost it.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
It's my hiking pack. So like when we go like rock scrambling or something, it scrapes against a rock or like a hillside or something like that. It just like peels it off. Especially if you're doing like tight fits. So I actually took all the buttons off. I got to wash my bag and put them back on. But yeah. I just wanted to ask about your button.
I love the button.
Awesome. So I guess we're gonna move on to our main events. So we are gonna discuss the 1982 The Snowman, a British animated television film based on Raymond Briggs' 1978 picture book, The Snowman. So
That's where all the illustration came.
Yeah, it was a book. It was a book before, which I haven't read the book yet, which I actually want to. So I'm gonna give this to Jerry. Jerry,
thank you. I actually wanted this. I was thinking. I was like, Josh, give it to me. Josh, I want this one.
So, bitch, I was waiting for the coin toss to land on my side.
So this is. So this was about 25 minutes. It was like Josh said, this was animated from a children's picture book. And I love this to pieces. This is probably like one of my favorite like animated picture book videos I've ever like just watched. Everything from the score to the intro with David Bowie to even how they basically just scanned the picture book pages and just animated each individual frame was just it was just so it was beautiful to me. It made me feel like I'm back in my childhood. It's Christmas. I'm outside throwing snowballs at my brother, making him cry, making snowmen with my mom, and just enjoying the hell out of life. And even how because as the story goes, because it starts off with a boy. He's in his house. He does little boy stuff. He goes outside to make a full-grown snowman. Don't know how a child does that.
Yeah, he's crafty.
And then, like, the snowman comes to life at the stroke of midnight, and they just go on this never-ending story-esque adventure. Like, they just have such a ball doing whatever. And then it's like, at one point, the snowman learns how to fly. Didn't know snowmen could do that. And so they're just flying. It's a little kid singing about something. I really didn't pay attention to the song. I didn't care about it. And I was just so drawn into the animation of it all. And we meet other snowmen with Father Christmas, and they're just all having like this huge party, just enjoying each other's company, just drinking, eating, doing snowmen stuff, whatever that consists of. I didn't know snowmen get hungry. And then the snowman looks at the time and sees it's almost sunrise on Christmas Day, and so he flies the little boy back home, and he bids him farewell because snowmen melt in the sun, and so the little boy he gets a snowman scarf from Father Christmas, and he's sad. He's like, oh, I wanted to play with my snowman friend some more. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. I gotta say, the animation with this is phenomenally done. Just it looks like it's done with like all color pencils. I don't know if that's like the truth of it, but I love the like sketching. It's almost like cross hatches, like how they colored it. And it's amazing. It's crazy how they did it because it's obviously done before computers, and like even just the perspective shots of how they're zooming in on the house and how the animals are like moving around out and about, especially the flying scene where he's flying over the town and over the cities. And it's like, I don't know how they get it, the perspective like like it moves with the characters. It like goes, it sweeps in, it sweeps through the scenes, and especially when they're in the North Pole, they're flying by like a big like a big ship, big boat ship, and they fly by like all these like whales and these icebergs and such, and it's like crazy how they even accomplish that. I have no idea how they did it, especially now. Like,
Yeah,
like I have no
I
idea
have
how they
such
achieved
a
that.
hard time believing that was in the 1980s,
Oh yeah,
and it looks like this has come straight out of like an animation studio now.
Yeah, it's super unique how it looks, and it looks like it's straight out of the picture book itself. Like it's not. I was looking at the picture book frames, and it looks exactly like this. And like I love
Yeah,
how
I
they
did the
achieved
same
that
thing.
because like when we reviewed Batman, the Long Halloween, it looks like they with the adaptation of the movie from the graphic novel looks nothing like the picture book. And like I mean it looks nothing like the graphic novel, and I almost wish I would like just seeing the snowman. I'm like, okay, this is achievable, this is possible, you could make it look exactly like the comic book. There's no reason not to, especially seeing it after seeing this. It's like exactly verbatim what you want an adaptation to look like from the screen.
do you have any like photos of it?
The book,
Yeah.
sure, I could pull some out. Literally, it's like the same thing. So, Matt, what are your thoughts while I pull that up?
My thoughts on it's like this is like Jerry said, like I was watching it and I just felt like I got snapped back to like elementary school, and I'm just like feel like I was a little kid back in like kindergarten, like first grade, just sitting there. Teacher just goes up and just slaps in a tape like, "Here, you guys gonna watch some Christmas video," and you're just watching a Christmas video. Like I think back for us, Josh, we had the Polar Express. I remember they showed that for us in like elementary school.
Yeah, I do
It
remember
was like a
that.
weird. It was a weird addition of like Polar Express's like book. It was I don't know how that one worked. I can't like it just felt a lot like dark.
It was just the picture books. It was literally. It wasn't even animated. It was just a picture book.
No,
And
it
they
was just
narrated over it. It was nothing
Well,
like
this
that.
one just felt no. This is just like what the hell is happening? And I love the way the way they did like all the artwork and like the color pencil style. I was like the more interested in like all of that stuff. And I'm just gonna say this: there's a part when the goddamn snowman's in the parents' house.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's
What the hell?
and
And
he's
like not in the house. I mean, inside is the room. And he's like hovering over them some parts. How do they not know this damn thing is in that room?
Yeah, I was expecting him to
freezing
wake up the whole
cold.
time. Yeah.
He's dripping. If this house is properly heated, he is probably starting to melt within this house. That's why I was like hoping that this show didn't this video wasn't gonna keep him in the house. So I was hoping it wasn't gonna be like a disaster moment. Like, oh, we gotta keep this snowman alive. Put him in the fridge. Come put him somewhere. I
Yeah,
can't.
that'd
He
be
wants to be
dumb.
in the house. I was hoping it wasn't gonna be that. I remember there was a cartoon that did that back when we were younger, and there was like they put a snowman in the freezer, and he came out. He's an ice brick with his eyes and a snowball, like snow nose.
Oh, I don't
not
even
snow
know
nose,
what
like,
that
a
is.
carrot nose. I'm trying to remember it, but I can't. Like, I remember watching it. It was weird.
Frosty Returns or some shit like that.
No.
Um,
It was something. It had to be like something like Very Odd Parents or like Billy and Mandy, some shit like that crap.
something
oh,
stupid.
sorry.
Yeah,
This
but
this is what the picture book looks like. It's just a frame.
that was
I don't know
fucking
if you
close.
can see
It's so fucking close.
it looks exactly like
I would. It's exactly
It
like
was-
it. Aside from
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a little bit of color
like a-
shading, you would never know the
Mhm.
difference.
Yeah, this is
Nope.
another frame when they're flying. It's like exactly the same thing, like almost verbatim. It's wild. Oh, there's that. Oh, hi, we're still here.
Yes,
We gotta hide
Yep.
us.
we're still here. But yeah,
Like-
it was awesome seeing all that stuff happening, coming alive. The flying scenes were awesome. I was not expecting them to go to Santa, but like it was.
Yeah, that
To me,
was great.
I was not expecting like the flood of like. I wasn't expecting the flood of snowmen, and then when that I had so many weird thoughts with this animation short. I thought it was like I was diving too deep into a lot of it, and I was hoping that it wasn't going where I was going with it, and it didn't. So I was happy.
What did you think was going to happen?
It went pretty dark.
Yeah,
for
the
an
snowman
undertone
died.
reading.
Yeah, I mean that
Yeah,
was the
I
part.
know,
Yeah,
I
I was
know.
waiting on.
I mean with a child, like the snowman snowman coming to life, snowman
You
taking
thought
the
he was
child
getting
away.
kidnapped?
No, I thought it was basically the child passed away in some sort from something,
Oh,
and the
Oh,
snowman
that's
is
an
taking
interesting
him
take.
away.
it's like Peter
And took him
Pan.
The
somewhere.
afterlife.
Yeah. And so he took him away,
Oh,
but
shit.
when he got to Santa, and Santa's the one that said, "Nah, you're going back," and then the snowman returns him. That's where I was going with this. But I thought it was going to go even a little bit darker with him not coming back. I thought he was going to stay in some other land.
I mean,
Like Peter
It-
Pan.
it
Yeah,
was still
like
kind
Peter
of.
Pan.
It was still like a morbid ending, for sure.
It was,
It
yeah.
was still that tone that you were saying, and I actually like where you're going with that. That's an interesting thought.
That's
Dude,
very.
that's how I was
unique.
reading it.
didn't
I'm like, this
think
is.
about that.
Yeah, that's how I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was like, this is like, I don't want to read into this that much. No derobing.
I don't want to wear this anymore. I'll wear the hat.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I was going with. I'm like, I really thought I was like, I should not be looking into this that much. Stop. Just enjoy the kids show. Like, just enjoy it. But like,
is-
everything
no,
that's happening, I'm like, what?
It does go into those places though, where your thought process was. It didn't go that specifically.
specific
but
way.
It did,
No, it just
did
like it
go
was
there.
just flowing. I'm like, what the hell?
I
did go
since
there.
you just said that, Crispy, I definitely can imagine that being like a child's way of like passing on.
Yeah, it's
or like
weird. It's just-
interpreting death in general. You know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's a good way
least it's-
to teach kids like what passing on is, what like death
Mhm.
is, I guess, because the ending is so sad. It's like the saddest
Yeah.
thing ever.
I was
And then it goes to the
I
callback
shed
with the
a
music
tear.
and everything. it is that sad. And
Yeah, it is.
the song, it goes back to the song when they're flying, and it's just so it's just like gut wrenching, you know. And it's done with all music. There's no dialogue whatsoever. It's all
Mm-mm.
human emotion, done through drawings and body language. There's no dialogue at all, and I'm glad they didn't add any dialogue. It would have cheapened what it was about.
Yeah.
And you know what they're saying, you know what they're thinking throughout the whole thing without one line even said. And I think that's the most beautiful part about it. It's like done. It's beautiful storytelling without any lines whatsoever. There's no dialogue at all. And it's just the music that's what carries it on, and the orchestral score, and the score is very, very well done. I forget who does the score, but it was I would
It
like
was so
listen to it.
beautiful.
Yeah,
so
I would
good.
definitely listen
It
to it
was
like
so
on a
Christmassy.
snowy day, and it's just like you're kind of like stuck inside, or like you're outside. Like if it's a perfect like song to have in the background while you're like when it's snowing outside or anything like that. There's just a score in general, not even the main "I'm Walking Through the Air" song, which that's a good song too, and it does kind of show the magic of the perspective of a kid flying through the sky and having no limitations and seeing Santa. And I love how Santa gave him a scarf. You know, it's like oh, here you go. Here's your little present since you came all the way out here. You could have a
Party
gift
with
early.
Snowman.
Yeah. And then literally he goes to bed, he hugs his friend goodnight, and then he wakes up in the morning. He's like, all excited to see his friend in the morning, and he's dead. And he like drops the scarf, and then the song plays, and it's just freeze framed, and the credits roll. It's so wild. What do you think of the David Bowie intro? By the way,
I like the David Bowie intro. It was definitely not what I was expecting. It was good. I was just like, okay, this isn't what I would expect from David Bowie, but it was still very nice and it played into the whole picture book.
It did actually. It's weird. I kind of followed your instructions with the watching the video. It's like watch the David Bowie things to get the feel of it, and then watch the good edition that has actually good quality to the video.
Yeah, it's just an HD.
And I'm just watching the David. I was watching the David Bowie part, and I'm like, this is actually flowing pretty well, but I kind of want to watch it in HD to see how it is. And that's why I flipped it. But he's still narrating. It still narrates in the beginning.
It's
the
actual
actual video.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
he still does
it's,
like a quick little narrate.
I do like it. It does set the tone. I almost wish the only thing I would change differently about the David Bowie part is he says like he's the little boy, and I would rather have the boy be nameless. It could have been anyone, I think it almost takes away the meaning behind it. It could have been any child. It could have been you watching this movie now. It could, you almost have to it's better if you put yourself into the mind of the child of the character instead of going like, oh, that's David Bowie as a kid. It almost loses its meaning a little bit, but it doesn't do it to a drastic degree. But if you think of it that way, like, oh yeah, that's David Bowie, then it's like, it almost loses its punch at that point. It's better off if it's any little kid. It could be anyone, So I think that's where it gets the most meaning out of it. If you put your own perspective on it.
Yeah, I would also agree and change that because, watching this, it just reminds you of all the great aspects of being a kid at Christmas. You get snow, you have presents, you got mom and dad home, you have brother, sister, cousin, uncle, grandma, grandpa, whoever, maybe you have Christmas breakfast, Christmas whatever, and you're just going through the day without a care in the world. And then I'm like, oh, well, that's just David Bowie living a David Bowie life. Just, I guess I'm a peasant, you fucking asshole. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
David Bowie.
I mean, that's what I mean. You almost don't even need the David Bowie intro. It's nice. It kind of sets it up, but you almost just watch it without it at the same time. It doesn't really lose or gain anything, I guess, with or without it.
Are you really trying to show off your sweater?
You got corgis all up and down. I'm gonna show this thing off.
Yeah, I get grambling.
I know. I took my pants off.
Oh, that's not okay. He's doing this passless.
I definitely wish I would have watched
awkward.
the HD version because I just watched the David Bowie version.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because I was just so into it. I'm like,
yeah,
I want to switch, but this is just tunnel vision.
That's probably what it looked like when they first released it. Was the quality you saw it in? What were you gonna say, Matt?
Yeah, I watched a little bit after into the animation to the David Bowie. Then I do the switch, and it's so much crisper. It just it looks so much nicer and the colors pop more and everything.
In HD, I definitely recommend watching it that way. It definitely, it definitely takes away. It doesn't take away. It definitely adds though to the visual aspect of it, and you could see more of the details of the animation and the colors and the vibrance of it. But yeah, I almost can't even put this into words how good this is. Because it's it captures so much emotion without seeing anything. It's the beauty of it.
I
don't know.
love.
Oh, go ahead, man.
What? I was gonna say I love the scene with the motorcycle.
Yeah,
I love that scene.
Yeah,
that was
It's
fun.
like it's neat. They like that Snowman's like interacting with the snow, like the motorcycle, and it ends up just taking off on him. And it's just like what the but like it just like it kind of has like the Snowman is just like a child. He has no idea what this is.
Yeah, he is.
And
That's
he's just going
cool.
with it.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing. Like all right, a newborn curious to this world is gonna play with this thing. The kid turns it on for him and everything. But the animation for that scene is pretty awesome because like I was like expecting all of it to move properly, and it flew. Like it moved properly.
My mind.
It was like like Josh is saying, with the camera works with the flying. That's another thing that like I was expecting it to be like more stoppy than just actual fluid.
It's
like
super fluid. Yeah, it's like almost like a water painting or something. It's
like watercolor for like that just entire scene.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so cool. And that's where you get the first taste of the perspective and how everything moves. And I love how you see like the animals and the creatures. And it really puts you in that like dreamlike state too. You almost feel like it's another world, but it does put you in that mind of a child at the same time. And it's not too many pieces of media can like really take me there, especially like how I'm
definitely
older now. But I can't really think of anything that really puts me in this mindset where I'm like I'm just a kid again, like just watching this. And it shows the dark sides of being a kid too, and obviously the fun sides too. And this is a great, like I said, it's a good way to introduce kids to the idea of passing on and the idea of death. And not in a really morbid way, but in a very natural way, and it progresses in a very naturalistic like way that would progress the story. And it's not like they pull the rug under you and you're like, what the fuck? It almost is like, all right, yeah, he's a snowman. Like this is natural progression.
It's the natural pace of life.
Yeah, it's a proper way of doing it. It's just settle. It's just works right. Exactly. Like how you're saying, it's like it's not like unexpected. It's just it went how it is, and you understand the Snowman rules, and it went. But it's like I kind of like I would like, it's probably the best way to show kids nowadays how death kind of works out a little bit.
Yeah,
but kind of add a little to it. Kind of add a little bit later on if they have any questions, but like just be like, watch this, have fun, and they have any questions, you fill in.
Yeah, it is, and what was I gonna say? But I had a point. I completely forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh no.
But yeah, it's I feel like I almost get more and more out of it the more I watch it too. Like I've seen this before when I was a kid, and there was a big gap between me watching it and me now. And it's always, I don't know, I feel like I get more and more out of it the more I watch it. And that's a good thing. That's what I want pieces of art to be. I want to get more out of things the more I watch it. I don't want it just to be kind of, it's just one bland effect. But no, this is very layered, super layered. There's so many emotions going on in this, and I highly, highly, highly recommend this to anyone. It's not really a Christmas film, but it is like if a snow film, and it does put you in that mindset of like winter for sure, and you almost like feel the textures of the snow and like how it feel, like the heat and the warmth and just all the different aspects of the palette that they have. This is Frosty the Snowman if it had more balls and it had more of a punch, and Frosty stayed dead. You know, like I feel like this is this teaches kids more of a lesson than Frosty does.
Everything dies. Magic doesn't exist.
Well, I mean, it does exist. He like turns to life and he flies. But like Matt was saying, you could almost interpret it in different ways, which is actually I like how where you're going with it. You could interpret it as the kid passing on, or like he's dealing with the death of a family member or an uncle or something, and it's just like his perspective of how he's really dealing with that psychologically. And it's really, I like how that's really interesting that you point that out, man. I wouldn't even
thought on it and say it's the end of childhood innocence.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah,
that's very true.
Matt, you got us using big brain power right now.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't expect.
Gotta do it sometimes. I wasn't expecting using big brain time when I was watching this. I was like, like I said, I was like, I'm gonna watch a simple little cartoon like animation, and I'm not gonna get anything out of it other than there's kids going on an adventure with a snowman in his house or something like that.
I'm glad that's how this perspective you had. Yeah. I'm glad that's the perspective you had, because I didn't want to tell you anything about it, which is like nice, you know.
Yeah, like the cover, I was like, by looking at it, I'm like, it's just not going to be anything. And it's just like, it's something I've probably seen before, and that's it, and probably done very good. But like, and I was watching, I was like, oh, there's a lot of flags here for me. I'm digging deep.
So have you guys seen this before? Have you ever seen this?
This is my first time ever seeing it.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's funny. Like it felt like I watched it, and like it gives me that feeling like it's a friend. It's like a friendly feeling like I have, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's like it's that good of a video. Like it gives you like that feeling like, oh, like have I watched this? I know I haven't watched it, but it feel like it should be in like my archive of videos I watched when I was a kid. Back when Christmas was going, like on Christmas, like what was it, like ABC Family showing like little like their to countdown to Christmas like things.
I see.
Or school would have put in their like in their VHS players.
I almost feel like this is almost too heavy for that, you know, for like ABC Family. They'll go like, "Oh yeah, this is too deep. we can't watch this." The only thing I want to add, there is a sequel, which I just found out.
There is.
Wow, I don't know about the sequel.
There's a sequel. It came out. I don't know how. It came out pretty recently. I don't know, within the last 10, 15 years, I guess. Which is
all right. Fuck it when I'm watching it.
It's I did watch it. I did watch it last night because I was curious. It's the same kind of style. You could tell that they used computer enhancements for the animation, which didn't. It's still impressive, but it's not as impressive as the other one because you could obviously feel like the hand drawing. You could see the human hand throughout every frame, and in this one, it's
drawing.
Yeah, and it almost like loses its punch with having a sequel because like you're like, oh, the snowman's just back, you know, and it's good. It's definitely good. It's a different little boy, and they add a snow dog this time. It's
a family
good.
now.
It's good. I liked it. I did like it. The first one's so much better though, in my opinion. But it's a nice continuation of the Snowman tale. That it's a nice addition. It doesn't take away from the story. But it does, like the impact, I think, is just with him just passing on. I think it means a lot more at that point if he doesn't come back. But it's nice. I'll give it a light recommendation if you're curious. Definitely watch this first, and then if you're like, man, I want a little more of this, maybe I'll see that, you know, then watch that.
But like the first one felt just like left me off of like, oh, like that was enough for me. Like that was
Yeah.
like I don't need a
That's how I feel.
continuation.
That's how I feel.
Like it's just
I
like
do
I
feel
need
like
the
that too.
addition. No, y'all
Yeah,
just put a
Just do-
DLC like 20 years later. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
yeah, it is basically like 20 years later. It's with a different kid, but he moves into the same house. It does have the same
Like the
kind of
Matrix.
yeah, I guess it does have the same. It does
So-
hit some of the same story beats with the boy and his dog. But I don't want to get into spoilers. I guess so. It's
so
nice.
basically, you're trying to tell
I'll give it
me
like yeah, you
this
can watch it if you want.
house.
Huh?
You're trying to tell me this house that this boy lives in is a spiritual house where it's spirit of Christmas and everything lives in it. Now it will summon a goddamn snowman when you
I guess
desperately need it.
I guess.
Okay.
I guess. So yeah, do you guys? Oh my God, there was a ghost. Do you guys have any final thoughts? Or ratings for the Snowman?
I guess I'll go first. Definitely, my final thoughts are watching this as an adult. It's a very interesting way to go back and re-experience the childhood wonder and innocence and a different perspective. And Matt, he's got me thinking like now it's also a very unique way to show any number of ways you could interpret it as, the passing of a family member, the end of childhood innocence, the death of a child, and even just going on further into just any other way you could just spin it. Because I feel like there's boundless ways you could interpret this film if you showed it to 30 different people. Everyone would have a different experience. I would definitely recommend this to anyone to watch. It's like Josh said, it's not a holiday film, but it's like it gets you in a spirit, so to speak. And I'm honestly going to rate this a 10 out of 10 for me. I'm definitely going to watch this again later on. Like, I loved everything about this to pieces.
Fuck yeah. That's awesome. I'm glad you liked it.
Oh, this was amazing. Matt?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Yeah, man.
Jerry touched upon like things I want to add to my like ending review piece. Like I said, it dragged me in too deep with things. Like I was like I said, expecting to watch a cartoon, but I went too deep. But whatever. I love the animation. I love the moving of the characters. The music did its it's add to it. Like Josh said, like you should not add voice to these characters because all the emotions and the movement actually talk the best for it.
Yeah.
I love the art. I literally love the art. I love the color pencil. It made me go back to feeling like a kid. That's what made me feel like I was a little kid watching this. Because I was watching this color pencil style stuff. I was like looking at it, I'm like, is this color pencils or is this just a guy that actually did the shading and they did a weird color toning to it to make it look different? And I'm like, I don't know, I'm gonna go with his color pencil. It's gotta be color pencils, but like, it's such a great movie. I would like to re-up it every like holiday, like every single like Christmas holiday like setup. Like I need to rewatch it, and I can't really go any further because Jerry like helped me do my review like he always does. But I'm falling into the same hand with like. It's a 10 out of 10. Like you can't go wrong with it.
That's
it
awesome.
slaps you back to being like a fucking little kid. It does the works.
Yeah, I'm very glad you guys enjoyed this. I had the back of my mind. I was like, oh man, I hope they don't think it's boring, because like
This is
No.
fucking boring.
No,
It's
it
slow.
was
It
so
sucks.
light.
It's just walk.
because it is kind of slow. It is a slow pace, but I think that's what adds to the
It's all part
magic
of the
of the
childhood
movie.
aspect.
yeah, exactly.
Because when you're a kid, time feels like it just drags on forever. Like
Yeah,
a month as a kid
true.
feels like a year.
Yeah,
True.
that's very true.
Like that's like your power when you're a kid. You have the power of slow down time. So in your head, everything's at this moment is fucking slower. Everything's brought out, like Jerry's saying, and that's when our parents are like, we don't have enough time to do this.
Yeah.
And this is what this video is showing you. Like, this is like how this kid's seeing everything. Like, I would say the part where the snowman inside the room, they're in the parents' room. That's actually a lot slower than what actual real time is. That was actually not even like a 5 minute, like whatever like a 5 minute segment they were doing. That was actually a 2 minute thing that was going on.
Yep.
And then they dipped. Because the parents, I would say, if they hear weird shit, they're probably waking up if they're light sleepers.
Yeah, I would definitely give this a 10 out of 10. I think this is the second time we gave something a 10 out of 10. I forget what the first thing was, like where we all agreed on something.
Yeah, that was a rare one.
Yeah,
we had a streak
good streak
then.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of I think we had one other piece of medium. What was it? I don't remember.
Was it the claymation episode?
No,
because you guys hated the Tom Sawyer thing, and I was like,
because Tom Sawyer's a fucking asshole. What was it? Was it
I don't remember myself.
What was it?
It was another short, I think. Oh, was it
Batman?
Superman?
Think harder.
Was it the Superman radio show? I think that might have been it.
I think that might have been what it was.
Probably,
I think that was it. Yeah. Okay. Well, those are two great pieces of work of art. So okay. Well, that was the Snowman. Oh, and I guess before we move on, there's two things I want to add. There is a Snowman live action play
Of this book?
Of the book. I found it on YouTube, just like looking at other shit. And that's when I found the dog one, which is, that one's a light recommendation. I do recommend it. But this one, it's super creepy. Have you ever seen like Shrek the Musical? It kind of gives you that vibe.
No, we're not doing
God. There's a full-grown man in like a snowman suit made out of like cotton balls, and it looks super creepy and eerie. And, like, you shouldn't make a snowman in live action, which is a great segue for our next film, Jack Frost. Yeah,
Before
Jack
we start,
Frost.
John, I gotta say, when you said Jack Frost, I thought this was gonna be like, why is he having us watch The Killer Jack Frost?
Oh no!
That's what my mind immediately went to, because I always see it on TV but never watch it because
I never watched that.
This is the dumbest thing ever. Why would Jack Frost kill anyone?
You never know.
I mean, this isn't really the greatest either. I don't know how you guys felt about it, but we'll get there.
It was definitely the end of the 90s horror movie.
Yeah. So Jack Frost, 1998 or 6. When is this? 98. Yeah. So
There's
starring
like
Michael Keaton. Here's the tagline. Let me read this. He's the world's coolest dad, and he's gonna prove it. That's the tagline.
Oh.
It's a movie about a father who can't keep his promises and dies. See, this just fucking gave away like this a big part of the movie. He dies in a car accident. 1 year later, he returns as a snowman who has the final chance to put things right with his son before he's gone forever. That's the movie.
Looks like Josh took it away.
Yeah, I guess that. Yeah.
I was with.
Movie.
Okay, so I was I was in the same boat with like Jerry. I knew about this Jack Frost like movie. I've seen it like a few times back in the day. But the thing is, like, I went on Amazon to watch it, and I was like looking at it, I'm like, Jack Frost, the Killer Snowman, Jack Frost, the Killer Snowman 2, Jack Frost, another Killer Snowman video. Oh my god, we gotta watch this shitty one. There's a one that came out. It's not the CGI skull face one with the sharp teeth. It's another one. I was watching this, like, it was so shitty. I watched the
Maybe
trailer.
next
It ends
year.
up being like a guy's. It's like it's these guys are doing like watching it and reviewing it at the same time. Like, what the do you just say?
Oh, Mystery Science Theater? Is it Mystery
No, it's not
Science
Mystery
Theater?
Science File. It's like riff something. Riff like it's something weird.
Rip Van Winkle?
Hold on. No. Let me see. Like,
well, while you find
Jack
that,
Frost. Oh no, I
He's
found
doing
it.
that.
I found it. It's this.
Yep, that's the one.
Oh, yeah,
That's the
I
one
feel
that you
I've
watched. You've
seen that
seen?
picture.
Yeah,
I never
it's
watched
the
the
one
movie.
that's. And
Is it
then there's this like
96?
this. Then that is 97.
Oh, okay.
So Jack Frost comes on here. It states on Amazon. It says it's 97, and then at the same time it says 98 at the same time.
So yeah, this one came out in '98. So I guess it came out a year after the horror one, which is kind of weird.
Yeah. Then you
Which is
got
also
then you-
when Michael Keaton came back from the dead. I think that's
Yeah,
very
as a-
coincidental.
as a snowman.
yeah.
So,
But then there's another
technical,
Jack Frost
the movie
movie.
takes place in '99.
Yeah. So.
No, but then there's another Jack Frost Killer Snowman movie that came out that same year.
Oh,
And that's the
Lord.
weird one that looks like this.
Yeah, I seen that. I guess I seen
That's the
both
one I've
those
seen.
images. I haven't seen the movie. I just seen the images.
Oh, it's horrible.
This is the only Jack Frost movie I seen, starring Michael Keaton. Some from Batman the Snowman. Have you guys seen
Yeah.
this movie before?
Yes.
Have you
Yeah.
seen this? You have seen this.
I remember watching this in elementary school.
Mhm.
Okay. I was kind of hoping you haven't seen this. But,
Yeah, because when you said
Yeah.
Jack Frost and Michael Keaton, I'm like the eyebrows, because you can't forget
Yes,
the eyebrows.
eyebrows.
the eyebrows are
eyebrows.
pretty fucking weird. They look like they're
Yes.
made out of two pieces of pine
Dirty
branches,
macaroni.
Yeah, it looks awful.
Either
Well,
way.
it's pretty
remind me of
disturbing.
dirty pasta.
The snowman is
God.
pretty disturbing looking. I don't really like
I think
the design.
Mike Keaton disturbed me most out of this right now because
Well-
he just looks gross.
the
Well, his
snowman or
hairstyle
when he's a
or-
guy.
When he's a guy, he just looks gross. in
Oh my
some
God.
scenes. I'm
He
sorry.
died. He does look gross.
He looks
I'm
gross.
sorry,
He
Michael
looks like
Keaton.
he just.
I don't.
This
I
is
mean,
how he becomes Beetlejuice. Like,
it's probably, you know why he probably looks gross is because his hair is blonde. I'm not used to seeing him as a
he
blonde.
has the.
Yeah, I don't.
He has the
Kinda
scruffy-
weird.
No, he's the wannabe rock and roll guy that's trying to make it big.
Yeah.
He does do the music. They kind of did decent with the song they were using for the for the movie, but like it was like he's just gross. He just has the sideburns, the Blues Brothers sideburns with the
Mhm.
dirty scruff at the
Yeah,
same
that's
time.
true.
The fucking design.
Wait, wait.
I think that's what fucking looks gross to him most. Then he's blonde on top, but he's actually kind of bald, so it doesn't
Oh my
look
God.
right. So he's supposed to be in his like 30s, but he's not. He looks like he's in his like 50s, 40s to 50s, trying to be fucking cool. So it's like, fuck you. They ruined fucking Michael Keegan. I'm sorry. I love the actor, but it doesn't look good.
I will say this:
I mean-
his snowman does remind me of the Gerber baby.
Wait, do you
That was
see this
inspiration.
picture? Do you see this?
Yeah, I see this picture.
What is happening here? He's like the
trying to
snowman's
relax
like
himself.
melting in his hands, and he looks like he's murdering the snowman. It's
Yeah, he's just
disturbing.
taking advantage of the
I
snowman.
don't know what's going on. In
That's what
this
he's
picture.
doing.
This is fucked up. Oh
He's
my
like,
god!
come with me.
I just needed to show that. I'm sorry.
Find
That was-
find a photo of him in the movie, like straight up photo.
That is.
We can't. No,
That's
I mean
it.
that's not like an actual scene.
He's
scene.
melting.
No.
apparently Hanson, which was a big fucking '90s boy band wrote a few songs for this movie, which I can't even recall one of them. They sing that stupid song Bop, if you know that. That's yeah,
whatever the fuck it was.
yeah, that song. I guess they wrote some songs for this movie. But yeah. um the thing I wanted to say about this was this movie is trying to teach. I didn't realize the connection. Well, obviously I picked the Snowman and Jack Frost because there's two snowmans, but they're both trying to teach the same lesson about like death. You know, they're both trying to teach kids that death is inevitable and it's okay, but the snowman does it in such a better way than this movie, and it takes such less runtime than fucking Jack Frost, because in this movie it's so morbid. It's just so fucking depressing throughout the whole thing. You're like, when the fuck is his dad gonna turn into a fucking snowman? It's like his dad's dead, and then you're like, oh, okay. And then it cuts to 1 year later, and you're like, what the fuck? And then he finally turns into a snowman.
Hard time lapse.
Yeah, it's like, what
one
the fuck,
hard
movie?
time lapse. It's like, what the? The kid. I love how the kid's like life went down a spiral. It's like if he was an adult, he should be an alcoholic, drug addict.
Yeah,
that should be like on the urge of killing himself. But like in this one, he's just like Jerry just said, he's like depression and childhood fits, and like he just gives up on his mom and like family and friends that want to help him, and is like, wow, okay. It doesn't work. It doesn't feel like it works. Like it feels like it should have worked. Like it should be like a year is enough for somebody to at least get past their father, like the family member's death, at least a little bit. If that person was actually part of their life, like 100%. And this movie it felt like it just increased it too much. And like in the beginning, it felt like Michael Keaton wasn't even in his life that much. When the last few years,
yeah, when he was actually
like he's just touring around. It feels like he was just there more when he was a baby.
I guess that's the point of the movie. He's like supposed to redeem what he missed out on with his son, but like he wasn't even like that bad of a dad. And like,
no,
yeah, he was just
trying to make, he's trying to make ends meet. Like, do you want to live in this fucking house? All right, I got to go to my gig, you know?
Yeah.
So I kind of hated the kid, especially when he was like, fuck you, Dad. Here's your harmonica back since you're not going to the mountains with me. And then it's his fault. It's the kid's fault that his dad is dead because he's the one who guilted him into fucking leaving the band tour and fucking crashing off the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
That's very accurate.
It's just like I said, like this is the end of the 90s where everything's like anything 90s is starting to turn shitty. Like,
I will say this.
Melodramatic, this movie.
The only good thing not the only, one of the few things that I did like about Michael Keaton being the Snowman was that you could almost say that the Snowman was, because at one point you see like, I just miss my dad so much. I got to do something so I can just see his face. The son uses the Snowman as a coping mechanism to be like, okay, here's my dad. I'm talking to my dad. My dad is teaching me how to do this trick shot in hockey.
Yeah.
My dad just helped me in this snowball war. My dad just, he was always there when he needed him. And it was like, even with like the neighborhood bully, he was like, because at first he was like, he obviously knew like, this is just a regular fucking snowman. But he said in the beginning, like, I never knew my dad either. So, tough shit. And then at the, when he saw like the desperation and just the anguish in his face, he was like, you know what? I'm going to help you out, kid. I'm going to help you out. Dadless to dadless. Let's get your dad in the back of this truck and get him to someplace cool.
So are you saying the perspective of the movie is that he's just talking to a snowman and it's not actually alive? Is that,
Yeah,
is that what you got out of it?
Yeah.
I think Jerry's right with this.
I don't. I
Because
mean,
funny thing is, like,
it could be true, but I don't know. I didn't get that out of this.
There's a part
I
in the
mean,
movie.
I mean,
There's a
even
part in the
all the way
movie-
at the end. Oh, well, go ahead, Crispy.
So there's a part in the movie. I just want to get this in quick. When the police officer is questioning the mother and the best friend of Michael Keaton.
yeah.
I think they're kind of like together, but they're not together for some reason. But whatever. What's it called? The friend's like talking to the police officer. He's like, "All right, I'm just gonna go with what you're going with here." He's like, "Yeah." He's like 5'8". He's 500 pounds. He's etc. Yeah, this thing like that, like in this kid's mind, I think he's like just putting himself through too much struggle with the snowman. Like Jerry's saying, this is just a snowman. Everyone's seeing him as a fucking snowman. And they put descriptions to it like it actually is just a snowman.
You know what?
Mhm.
I would agree with you guys. I would agree with you, but there's three things that I want to say that I think that goes against this theory. The first
Oh, no.
thing
Oh, no.
is the snowplow hockey fucking guy, the hockey coach.
The coach.
He sees the snowman
Oh, yeah.
on his own without the kid's perspective. The kid wasn't even in the scene.
True.
And he's like, "Oh, the snowman's alive," and he's freaking out. And then like he's driving all the kids to the hockey game, and he's like, "Oh, don't talk to me. Don't talk about snowman." And then
Number one rule.
the scene that you're mentioning with the kid, the bully kid with the frosted 90s tips was like, "Yeah, it sucks. I don't have a dad either." And then he's like, he interacts with the snowman, and I guess you could say that's what's his fucking name, Charlie, the kid, Charlie Bucket.
Right, well,
I just call him son because I
Yeah.
did not care enough about his name to pay attention.
I think it's Charlie. When
It's
Charlie's
Charlie boy.
you
Charlie
could
boy.
say it's Charlie's perspective, I guess, at that point, but the kid is interacting with the snowman. And then at the end, the mom, when Michael Keaton turns into magic fucking snow dust, he's like, "Oh, Gab, I love you." And then like she's like smiling and like crying and shit. And like, so those are I like the theory. It would probably make it a better movie, but those three interactions kind of deflate that for me, at least.
But Josh, you're forgetting the mother was feeding off the son's energy. Like, I know you miss your dad. I miss him too.
Yeah, I guess.
So she
Well, what about
obviously
the hockey
wasn't
coach?
still over him.
What about the
What?
hockey coach?
He would been
just
up on a coke bench for 3 days. He was seeing sounds and hearing color. I don't have an answer for him. But you got me on that one.
I wish I could get behind that because it would make the movie a little bit better. But I don't think that's true because of the stupid hockey coach.
The hockey coach definitely ruined like the only possibility because I don't even think they knew each
I
other.
think that's your facts. That's your facts.
I mean,
No.
the
The hockey coach knew him. The hockey coach knew him because Michael Keaton was like talking like, "Oh, who's your hockey
Yeah,
coach?"
he knew
"Yeah,
him.
Sean, whatever the fuck his name is. Oh, wait, no, he says the last name first. He's like, "No, he's shit. He sucks at hockey. He's not good at all." And then he's like,
Yeah.
"No, this one. Oh, he's a good guy, but he's been to prison too many times. Oh, it sounds great that he did like change his career around." Like, what?
And I watched this. I watched this movie with my sister, and then we were like thinking of the trope. Like we're watching the movie, and we're like, "Why are all these Christmas movies where the dad is like a workaholic and he's a piece of shit?" Like fucking this movie, he has no time for his son. He's always working. Just like in Jingle All the Way, Arnold
I was
has
gonna
no
say
time
that.
for his son,
Yep.
and he's always working. And there was like so many other different examples, but I can't think of them off the top of my head right now. But I feel like
this is
it's
shit
like
done.
it's like all these movies. I'm like, that's the biggest trope that they have throughout all these films is that the dad is a workaholic, and that he doesn't have enough time to play with his kids because he has to pay bills and actually pay for the stupid house that they live in. And I'm like, how do they even live in that house if he's not even a successful musician yet? How do they live there? What? So
I don't know.
how is
Wife
he
was
making
also
money?
a banker.
Yeah, she was a banker.
She was? I didn't even pick that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, she worked at U.S. Bank.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, banker. A banker. I thought you said a painter. Right.
No,
Okay.
a banker.
I was a baker out of it. But yeah.
I mean, I picked that up, though, that she started to do that after the father died because she was the only one there. She didn't work as a banker.
Because she collected the life insurance money.
There was no evidence that she worked prior to him dying.
That's very true.
So I just thought of it as she picked up a job because she's the only one who can make an income now because she has a kid. I can't even wear this.
Sorry, I keep seeing you play over your fucking mask.
My eye is not in the fucking hole. All right. I'm wearing this. I'm wearing this because Michael Keaton is Batman and he's in this movie. And that's the connection. Oh my god, I guess. And what the hell was I gonna say? Oh, there's one thing that's kind of cool, but it's pretty stupid. In this oh my god, a dog. Oh my god. Matt's dead. Matt turned into a snowman. And we're not going to see him anymore. The one thing I wanted to say was the one cool thing that I thought was kind of interesting. Well, there's two fun scenes. But the one thing I wanted to bring up before that was that they're in the background of Charlie Bucket's room. There's he has a piggy bank of Superman with Batman's head on it. And I'm like, what the hell is that?
I saw that.
But I guess,
I had to rewind it. I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah. I guess it's just a connection of Batman with Michael Keaton. But I'm like, why does he have Superman's body? It was very confusing, but it was kind of cool. And then the two fun scenes, I got to say, there's two fun scenes in this movie. The first fun scene is the Saving Private Ryan snowball fight in the beginning. Oh, my God. Michael Keaton turned into a dog. So
that
the
scene
two
was
fun
fun.
scenes,
I love that.
Yeah. That's the first fun scene. Is that part where they're Saving Private Ryan? It's kids have that mentality this is the most dire situation where it's just a snowball fight, and obviously it's heightened and it's over just over cartoony, I guess. But kids do kind of think like that when they're having these little snowball fights or little wars or something. It's the most dire, intense thing, and I did like that aspect. That's the one fun scene, and the other fun scene is, I guess, when they're sledding down with the Snowman dad, those are the two only, when and then Michael Keaton gets a boob job. I guess those are the only two fun scenes, but I think the design of the Snowman is very creepy, and it doesn't look great in live action.
It's a Gerber baby.
Yeah,
that's what it is. If you put up the Gerber logo and the Michael Keaton Snowman, they're basically identical.
Oh my God. We'll put that up on Facebook. We'll have people. I mean, whatever. Insta book, whatever the fuck this shit's called. We'll see how the people vote. So, Matt, is there anything you want to add to fucking Jack Frost?
Oh God, I kind of want to feel a connection to this movie, but I didn't feel a connection to this movie. It's a weird movie. I get the concept and I get the concept and what they were trying to reach for, but it just was poorly executed. It just God, I they use a lot of aerial shots with a lot of their stuff, and I'm like, that's neat. But that's their budget.
Yeah.
So, there's 2-second truck drive by, but it was I don't know. They should have They should have showed more of the household. Like, what was this? How long is this movie again?
I don't
2
know.
hours.
Too long.
Was it
Too
2
long.
hours?
I don't know.
It felt like 2 hours.
It felt like
Oh,
it was
this
too
was
long.
like- All right, so it was an okay. So it was an hour and a half, about hour and 40 minutes. So if they extended this movie, okay,
This looks so
if they extend this
fucked.
movie out to be like two
I
more
hate
2
this.
hours. I know, but they expand this movie out to 2 hours or 2 hours and a half, and actually built upon the actual relationship with the family of what's actually going on in the house, other than we're broke, dad's a musician, mom does we don't know, some a son that
Yeah,
doesn't
but they
know
weren't
anything.
broke.
than
They
hockey.
had this fucking beautiful house. Like they had.
I know.
It didn't seem like they
And
had
the
any
station
financial
wagon.
problems.
That's I know.
Exactly.
But this is what I'm trying to get at. It's like if they establish what's actually going in the house properly, I think would actually get more of a feel of what's going on, and then we can move forward to the dad passing
More
away.
of a setup. A little setup. Yeah.
Yeah, a better
Yeah, a
setup,
little sustenance.
and then more than we go down the road where the dad passes away because a shithead son said, "You're not hanging out with me because you're trying to make money for us." Like,
Yeah, the son kind of
there's
was
like-
very unlikable. Like in the beginning, like I kind of hated
then
him.
like yeah, same here. But like then later on he grows on you, but like and then they go on down the road, and then do the adventuring stuff, and then the son finally warms up to the father actually being his father, or Snowman being his father, and then you expand with like now the son's actually accepting, and he should have went through a grieving period with the father.
He kind of
Or
does.
maybe
to
He's-
see a funeral scene.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it wasn't really
it's a
necessary.
PG movie.
You just like know he's dead, I guess. But like he
Yeah, I
does
think it's fine
grieve
for a
when
PG movie.
he's shoveling. He's grieving. He's like crying and shit with his mom.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
but it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel. I looked at the fucking shovel. This is my dad's shovel. I'm hating this. Snowman is so bug guy.
Stupid.
Fucking
That
pissed
was
me
really
off because
dumb.
he came by.
I
It's like,
gotta agree
this
with
is-
Crispy on that one.
That was dumb.
Snowman.
That was
His
Snowman
tears
was
were so
fucking
out of
fine,
place.
pissing me off. Like, what the fuck?
That
man?
is my
the
dad's shovel.
I'd rather have him punch his Snowman dad than punch like something else and like to like doing something to his Snowman father. Then I'm gonna take it out on the shovel. Then be a dick to my mom. That's like I can make it
I
over the
love
snowbound, honey.
I love
I'm
that.
fine, and all this other shit. Dude. Like when he doing slap shots with his like this with his
my
father
God.
in this ice cave, this amazing ice cave they found, and I'm just like, this is probably his grieving spot, but they're using it as a father-son learning experience with hockey instead because there's like eight holes inside Jack Frost.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been
That was
more
weird.
of a. I wish it was more of a setup, like you're saying, like that would have been his like secret spot, like his grieving spot to get away from everyone.
Yeah, he said that
That would
it
have
was
been
a
kind of
stinking
nice.
spot, and it didn't.
Yeah,
He said it was a stinking spot for a good year, and but he liked to
they
say
never
like,
showed it.
he's saying, no, they never showed him going there or doing anything.
Yeah, they
Well,
should
like,
have
it's
it
just, like-
established. Yeah,
Yeah, it just doesn't exist anymore, and it's like and until then. But like, it's just like they need to do a decent grieving spot. I think a decent grieving spot for
Mhm.
this would actually do pretty good, but they didn't do it. It just lacked it. I get it at the end when they're saying goodbye, but like that's the sad spot when they're like, having to let go of all of
Mhm.
what just happened. They're finally saying the last goodbyes where they actually kind of wish they could say goodbye and fix things that they should have that the kid probably would have not said back then, that the father wasn't like instant death. But like whatever. It was a closing. They did a decent closing to the death, but they never did a good grieving for the child. Or the mother. The mother didn't even have a grieving spot. She just uses the
both
best
cried.
friend for fucking everything.
They cried over
No, that's-
the shovel.
The
Yeah.
shovel was
Shovel.
dumb.
That was a
The
bullshit
shovel was
moment.
stupid.
And then the mom just moved on to the best friend and just uses him for everything. And it's like feels like
that
he's
was
like
kinda
that
weird.
using boy, like the new boyfriend, but just used. That's it.
That was kind
He's
of
just
weird.
there to help. I love his British accent, or whatever accent he had.
Irish, whatever.
Yeah, it's
Irish,
some
whatever.
weird accent. I
Welsh.
don't even know.
Where
if
did
it
he
was
come from? I want to know. Because
Like Joe.
like they don't even explain him where they don't even say, "Oh, this is a childhood friend." He's like, "Yeah, this is what is it, Mike or Mark?"
They're just
whoever his fucking name
They're
is."
just bandmates. I guess that's all you really need to know is that like they've been playing for all these years. They're the Jack Frost band, and they play.
Where were the
Like,
rest
just
of
fucking-
them?
1 year with him.
They play Raffi
Oh,
music
because they knew
together.
they could do better.
They play Raffi music together. That's the fucking caliber of their songs. Is like
No.
baby rock songs about fucking Frosty the Snowman. That's the
No, like,
caliber of their music.
No, Jared, they probably moved on because like I like music a lot. Music set my life. They probably moved on, did better things with themselves with music. And Mark Mick, whatever the fuck his name is,
Mark Webb.
he's like I after your father passed, I couldn't move on. I couldn't find the music and all this other shit with my fake shitty accent I'm trying to do.
I mean, that's how he sounded.
And he's just
He
and
sounded
he's just like
fake and
I
shitty.
I couldn't move forward. I had to try, and then I didn't, and I shit myself.
He shit
This
his
is-
britches.
This is definitely like
Uh,
this is a movie I would watch only like once with a set of kids.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
you show this movie. I haven't watched it in forever because it's never been on TV. And it's
Not
never came
good.
back to my mind until Josh. So I'm like, I knew it was a thing. It's in the back of my head, but like, am I gonna watch it? Do I want to watch it? No. Oh my god, all the corny lines, all the corny line. There's a part when the mom's like, they're like, "Oh, honey, it looks like you, but sexier," and like, I'm like, that is so a stupid mom joke.
Yeah.
That is
Oh,
such
that
a
was
stupid
dumb.
mom joke towards
They
the
were-
father. Like,
yeah.
usually that's how it goes.
They were like oddly sexual too. Like the mom and the dad, like before he died, it was like this is a kids movie, and they're like almost like groping each other prior to
I know.
him like dying, and they're like, "Ooh, what kind of chapstick you fucking wearing? Like, just shut up
Like,
and fucking."
I get the play.
each
I get
other.
the play.
But
I get the
like they're
play.
in the when they're in the bedroom. When they're in the bedroom, it's like they're
That
almost,
was
like,
awkward
showing-
That
to
was
watch.
weird. That was awkward.
It was. It was. It was like, oh my god, why are you showing this? Isn't this for kids? Like, why are you showing them basically fuck each other? Like they were like basically having foreplay. It was odd.
Yeah.
They were showing HBO at 1 in the morning.
Yes. All foreplay, no nudity.
Yeah. Jerry, what are
jeez.
your final thoughts, Jerry, on this fucking
This
movie?
This is definitely a movie I would show to a group of middle schoolers. I really wouldn't do it anywhere else outside of that. I like even at a Christmas party, I wouldn't play this at all.
No.
Like they might find some
No.
stuff funny, but that'd be it. Just
Yeah.
a bunch of middle schoolers.
It's almost
If
not
someone
even
pissed me
so.
off, I'm like,
It's almost not so bad. It's funny, you know. It takes like half the movie to even get to the point where he's a snowman, and then it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like you can kind of make fun of it, but it's so melodramatic and like the dad's dead and everyone's crying and they're crying over the shovel.
And it's so
like,
sad.
and it's like it's so.
I want to
depressing.
like
You're
the
like,
movie.
yeah.
you
I
want to
really
like the
do.
movie?
I want to like the movie because it's like the idea is there, but
There is something on paper. Yeah.
they did a hard left turn and said, "Let's just do whatever we feel like in this movie." I'm not gonna lie, I hate the CGI in this movie. It's something.
Oh, it's
awful.
bad.
Wait,
It
what do
really
you
was
hate?
something. The CGI,
What?
like how they animated the Jack Frost snowman
Oh,
body, all of the
yeah,
snowballs was just so.
yeah.
Yes.
It was just
You
like
know
they
what?
had hyper motion blur, and it was like they took just clay and just redefined it. I hated everything about that. The CGI
Ah,
was awful.
I
I don't
mean,
see how
I
this
give
movie
that.
honestly even turned a profit.
You
I
know
do
what
give
had
that a
better
little bit of a
CGI than
pass.
this movie?
I give the CGI a pass just because it's still like kind of early CGI, I guess. But yeah, it's not good. It does look awful.
I
I The animatronic stuff is like impressive, I guess, but the design looks so ugly that I don't even
it's
want to
so
look at the fucking
it's so
thing.
unflattering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would rate this movie a solid 5.5. I
Oh
can't do
wow.
anything higher. It's like I said, I watched this movie
Yeah.
once already as a kid. I wasn't in love with it. I watched it because it was like, oh, well, it's movie day. Let's watch a movie.
Yeah.
It
Exactly.
No.
outside of kids, I don't think anyone honestly enjoys this movie.
I don't even
I think
think
Keaton
kids
doesn't
like
like it.
it. Wait, man.
Like I would
Yeah. What?
honestly show children the Snowman David Bowie intro over this movie any given day of the week. I
Oh,
would show them
100%.
grandma got run over by a reindeer before this movie.
I never seen that, and that looked terrible. I never seen that. Go
Oh,
ahead,
God.
Matt. What do you?
Oh, God. I would say, well, if I'm going for my review, oh, God. This movie is like, woof. It's a big woof. It's just, oh, wait.
Uh,
That movie, Snow Day, I think it's Snow Day or
that's
something like that, made by
that's
Disney with the fucking
that's the
No,
animatronic
Nickelodeon
robot
one.
thing. Was it Nickelodeon or was it
Wait,
Disney?
wait, Snow Day? That movie?
No, no, it's not today. No, not Snow Day.
Snow Dogs.
Okay, let's say no. It's a movie on Disney where they have this fucking robotic thing. It's a robotic device that Santa uses to control the weather.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Can't think of it, but I
Remember
know.
I have no idea what you're talking
that
about.
had that? Oh, it's a Disney movie, so it's okay. But that had better story than this. If you took, I don't know, if you took that like the stuff they did in that movie and combined it with Snow Days and added like some aspect of what's going on in this, it could have been better. Like to me.
I have to
There's
find.
some
I have
decent
to find
parts.
what you're talking about. You have to show me what you're talking about.
I will send it to you.
Yeah.
It probably won't hold up now.
It sounds
But back
vaguely
then it was
familiar. I
good.
just want to know what it is. It sounds
You've
vaguely
probably
familiar.
seen it. I'll try
Yeah.
to find it. But I'm with kind of like, and there's a lot of bad parts in this movie. Like I just, it could have been a good movie. Like I said, I kind of want to like it. When I was a kid, I kind of enjoyed it because I was a kid. But now watching it, I'm like, oof. But like, I want to give it like, I'm just gonna stay at a 5. I don't want to be mean. So
Yeah.
let's be 5. It's Christmas time. Let's be jolly.
Let's be jolly with corgi butts.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with both of you guys. It is a movie, and that's all. Michael Keaton.
It's a movie.
I was watching an interview with Michael Keaton talking about this, and he's like, "Yeah, it's a good story. It has a good moral." And he was basically saying how he wanted to be in a holiday movie that like people watch on like repeat year after year. And I guess he sort of succeeded with this, but like I don't hear anyone talking about this movie outside our generation. Like no one talks about this movie. Not one
No.
person. We just kind of were in that one little nook where we could watch this and then that's it, you know. But no one else talks about this movie. And the music of the Jack Frost band, I kind of mentioned it's very like kiddie and like how they act like it's like the second coming of I don't know, like the Beatles, I guess, like how they react to it. They're like, yeah, this is great. Yeah, Jack Frost band, so fucking good. We need to sign these guys. And they're singing like Frosty the Snowman and fucking kitty baby stuff. I'm like, who the hell likes this? Who likes these songs? And I don't know. This movie, Jerry was saying, there is something on paper, I guess, for the idea, but it is a hard idea to execute in a decent manner. I think even Spielberg would kind of struggle with this material. I think he could probably make it a decent movie, but it wouldn't be great. It wouldn't be on.
7.
It wouldn't be on ET level. Yeah, might bring it up by like 2 points at best, maybe, but it would be a hard movie to make, unless they just went batshit fucking weird and had like Tim Burton direct it and make it like fucking Pee-wee's Big Adventure mixed with Beetlejuice turning into a snowman. Then that would be awesome.
That would be cool. That would be an instant 7.
This is the movie I was talking about.
That's it.
I don't even.
The ultimate Christmas present.
I'll have to look that up. I don't remember that Santa.
I don't remember that Santa. That's not a friendly Santa to me.
What was I gonna say? So I guess I would give this a 5 as well. I'm kind of with all you guys. This is a 5. I was kind of expecting you guys to hate me more for picking this movie.
I don't hate the movie. It's like I want to like the movie. I see the idea, but I can't. The follow through and execution is where it loses me.
Yeah, it fell off.
Like this is a funny movie, like to watch as an adult. Like get a couple of beers and just laugh your ass off.
Yeah.
I agree.
Start talking shit about all the acting.
It takes a while to get there, though. It does take a while to get there because it's like so
long.
sad and melodramatic. Yeah, it is. It does. It does take too long. I almost wish like the sad shit happened within the first like 10, 15 minutes, like super hard, and then it got fucking funny and kid friendly. Like there's a big drastic contrast in the beginning, but it's just too fucking long. When it gets until it gets to snowman stupid crap, and then at that point you're like checked out. You're like, all right, I'm done. I'm done with this movie. So yeah, I guess that was the movie.
Before we close out, there's one final piece we have to share. Crispy, do you want to tell our viewers out there about the box everything came in? The big box.
All right, so okay. But after this segment, Jerry does have announced his next if we do a Spider-Man or we're gonna do Jerry's movies for next podcast.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay, go ahead, Matt.
But okay, so how do I start this? So Jerry decided to get super festive this year with sending me a Christmas gift in the mail. But at the same time, it was a gag gift for my mother. So he ended up finding my mom. Okay, so backstory is my mom hates microwaves. She doesn't like them. They cause radiation to your brain and all kinds of shit and your food and whatever. It's weird. So you don't have. I grew up with no microwave for a very long period of time. Afterwards, she found all this information out. So Jared thinks it's fucking hilarious that my mom hates microwaves. So he tried his best for months now. He kept talking about this monthly, weekly, daily fucking thing. And he finally got the balls enough to find the microwave box that he needed, and he shipped it to my house as a prank for my mom. This is a big microwave box. I'm not gonna lie.
It's huge.
It's huge. It's about a 3-foot long fucking microwave box.
Oh my God.
So he shipped it from Tennessee to New York, and inside actually is presents to me and our other friend Billy His birthday was recently, so he sent us gifts, and inside of it, but the main gift is the microwave box for my mom. Him and his girlfriend Trinia both wrapped the gift together and wrote their little warning signs and everything on it, and shipped it in a a morphed Home Depot box. And it made to my house. I get to my house. I'm like, Mom's like, you got a box here. I don't know who's it from. And I just looked at it. I'm like, that's from Jerry. He's like, that boy crazy. What the hell did he send you? Like, what is this shit? I'm like, yeah, he shipped it. He's like, he spent too much money on fucking shipping. What the hell is this shit? And I know what the prank is. It's super light. I had to tell my dad prior, but he went with the whole thing too. And I had to fake this box being heavy because of the size. And open the door, walking in the house while she's outside with me. And we get her. I said, "Ma, this is a gift from Jerry and from Jerry to both of us." So there's a whole video of this. She won't let me post it, so you're never going to see it.
I want to see it.
I'll send it to you, but we can't post it. But she's opening the box. She's going through the whole thing. She's like, he wrapped it too inside? Pulls it out. My dad's like, all right, you got to pull out the item. Pull out the item. He's like, no, she's just ripping open the papers. And she's looking at it. It's like, fragile. What is it? What did he send us? Even though my dad's like looking at her, trying to see if she can read the box more, she did not pick it up. She saw, then following my dad's like, Reen, look at the box. Look at the top corner here, left-hand side. Please read this for me. Microwave. No, Jerry. No microwave in this house. You get this microwave out of here. There's no microwave. Then she tilted the box a little bit. She's like, this is too light to be a microwave.
Oh, my God.
And then in the background is my dad saying, it would be nice to have a microwave in such a depressing, sad voice.
Jerry, did you see this? Did you see the video?
Yes. The video was everything I wanted and more.
I need to see that. I need to see that.
I'll send it right now before we forget.
Please send me that.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Oh, and that's how it is, and it goes down. And now me and Jerry, I end up opening the actual boxes inside, and me and Jerry are now in a challenge. Whoever can beat each other, and Pokemon or Digimon or whatever comes next of card games that we send each other, and of some sorts. And he swears to God he's gonna win. Your ass is going down.
Oh my God.
I'll come up there in the middle of summer in this corgi sweater and that hat, and I'll put the hurt on you.
Deal. And Josh has to be down here with us in that hat as a rep.
Do I have to wear this? This was a one-time thing.
Nope, you have to wear it.
I'm getting itchy. Oh
Who doesn't get itchy?
Please send me that. So I guess
the video is too long.
Email it to me. What was I gonna say?
Hold on, wait, I might be able to send it.
I tried sending it through text. I had to send it probably on Facebook.
Email it. Yeah, I'll do that too. So I guess next episode will be Spider-Man themed. We're gonna do, what is this called? Far From Home? Spider-Man, No Place Like Home.
No Way Home. Far From Home was last
one. No Place Like Home. Oh
God. No Way Home. How hard is it?
Spider-Man. All right, Spider-Man Home 3. Spider-Man's Homies the Third. We're gonna talk about that, and we're gonna talk. Homies here. Spider-Man Homies here. All right, I'm done. I forget what the fuck it's already called already. Spider-Man Far From Home.
Oh my God, you suck. No Way Home. Spider-Man, no Way Home.
No Way Home.
Spider-Man, No Place Like Home. We're going to discuss that next episode. Plus, I don't know, some Spider-Man thing. So, all things Spider-Man, next episode. Jared, do you want to wait to announce what we're going to do, I guess, for after that?
Yeah, I'm fine with waiting.
For our next episode? Okay. All right. I guess we're done. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. This was Josh from BatYard's Finest sending you off, up, and away until next BatYard's Finest episode.
And this is Superman's pal Matt. Sign you off. And to this way.
I'm Jerry, sending you all off with Green Lantern's light and becoming super pals, one episode at a time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Happy holidays.